Well, hello there. Welcome back to another session of Virtual Field Trips, Travels, and Destinations. My name is Beth Gaff, and I am the Systems Manager, Technology Trainer, and Robotics Instructor here at the Peabody Public Library. Today's class is going to be just a little bit different than what we've done in the past. Normally, I will show you clips of videos and we kind of do it together. However, I found a very good video that is quite lengthy, and I feel as though you could probably watch it without me having it on here. So I'm just going to share the link with you. However, I do want to go over some of the lesson plans and activities that I have and how we can find more and other things that we can search for when we are doing our research for our class today. So, our class today is all about the Manhattan Project and the atomic bomb. There is a lot of information that is involved with this. So, that's why I thought it might be easier if I just share links with you where you can find other information if you need it. Um, First off, I want to show you some of the lesson plans that I have on here. I want to get rid of this real quick. There we go. So this is a lesson plan that is about the Manhattan Project. It actually has 4 modules included. So you would be able to kind of come in here and tweak it the way you would like to accommodate whatever kind of lesson you would like to have affiliated with the Manhattan Project. This is just kind of a guidance. So you would be able to, again, alter this the way that you would like. And then we have another type of lesson plan that has links and such in it of the women. And this is for an older group. However, again, you can kind of narrow it down to different kinds of lesson plans that would work for what you're trying to do. Again, this is just kind of a guidance for you. You can always get online. First off, they do have the World War II National Museum, which I am going to share as a link. So you can kind of go in here and take a little bit more of a look. Um, and then, of course, the contents and anything that may have been involved. And this is all through the World War II Memorial Museum or the World War II National Museum. So it talks more about the war. There's articles, events. Looks like they may have, at one time they had notes from the museum. So you could go in and learn more about some of that. You can also come into YouTube and just type in the Manhattan Project. I'm going to be showing you the Modern Marvels episode. However, when I click on this, it is going to give me more from this person or this organization. So there is the untold story of the Manhattan Project, and I will share that link with you as well. Um, I mean, there is just a lot of different information that involves the Manhattan Project. So you could go even further than the video that I'm going to share with you to follow. You can also come into Google and you can, oops, something popped up and went away. You can come in here and just kind of look up Manhattan Project Virtual Field Trip. You could do that as well. This is 4th, 5th, and 6th. I try to stay away from the sponsored ads and go right on to. So here's that World War II museum I was telling you about. What are the sites for the Manhattan Project? This just gives you information. Site selection through the government site. There's a national laboratory, so you could take a field trip to the national laboratory. So I'll include that as a link as well. But there's a lot of information that involves um, the Manhattan Project. So you definitely, let me go back. Definitely want to see what else may be out there. I do have Manhattan Project video. I do have, let's go ahead and I'll play us a quick.
The Daily Dose. The Manhattan Project. Cloaked in deep secrecy during World War II, the Manhattan Project was a joint research and development project between the United States, Canada, and Great Britain. with the goal of developing the world's first nuclear bomb. Led by Major General Leslie Groves of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and nuclear physicist Robert Oppenheimer, the director of the Los Alamos Laboratory in New Mexico. The project began modestly in 1939, but quickly grew to employ more than 130,000 people at its peak operation. 90% of the project's cost, nearly $24 billion in today's currency, was spent on building factories for the production of fissile material, while less than 10% went to the actual development and production of nuclear bombs. Research took place at more than 30 sites across the US, England, and Canada, yet despite its massive scope and reach, the Manhattan Project remained top secret throughout its 7-year lifespan. 2 types of atomic bombs were developed concurrently, including the relatively simple gun-type fission bomb and the more complex implosion-type bomb. The first gun-type bomb, known as Thin Man, proved impractical for use with plutonium, so the project moved on to a second gun-type bomb known as Little Boy, despite the complexities of enriching its uranium-235 isotope. Nearly all of the program's uranium enrichment occurred at the Clinton Engineering Works at Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which included electromagnetic, gaseous, and thermal enrichment techniques. A concurrent plutonium enrichment process was carried out at the Metallurgical Laboratory at the University of Chicago, which designed the X-10 graphic reactor at Oak Ridge, with additional reactors at the Hanford Enrichment Site in Washington State. These efforts would result in the first plutonium implosion-type bomb, codenamed Fat Man, which was further refined and developed at Los Alamos. The first nuclear device ever detonated was an implosion-type bomb codenamed Trinity, which was detonated on July 16, 1945, at New Mexico's Alamogordo Bombing and Gunnery Range. A month later, Little Boy and Fat Man bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki respectively, which would ultimately result in Japan's unconditional surrender on August 15, 1945, just 4 days before a third nuclear bomb was scheduled for detonation over a third major Japanese city. The Manhattan Project would formally end in 1946 after its final nuclear detonation test at Bikini Atoll, known as Operation Crossroads. In January 1947, the Manhattan Project would be replaced by the creation of the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission. And there you have it, the Manhattan Project, today on the Daily Dose. If you like learning something new every day, subscribe to the Daily Dose.
Well, we kind of get the idea of that, but I will be sharing more of that. That was just a very brief description of the Manhattan Project. There's several videos that are lengthy, so I'll make sure to include those not only in our comments of this project today, but also on our website as links with these different lesson plans and activities. Now, you can go on the web on Google and type in Manhattan, the Manhattan Project. Lesson plans and see what pops up. Some of these are free, some of these are not free. One I really like to use is Teachers Pay Teachers, just because they have an area where you can look for items for free, and I do believe that might have been where I did get some of this. So I could type in the Manhattan Project, and first we'll look at it without taking away the freebies. So they have the Marden Marbles, which I am going to be showing you that video. That's one of the videos that I'm going to be sharing. But that does cost money if you wanted to use that. But you can come down here under free and see what kind of different lesson plans that you might get that are affiliated with the Manhattan Project, or in this one, they just are picking out anything that has the word project in it. But here we have the After Pearl Harbor slides. That's probably a good one that we could probably just show now. So let's take an open look at that. And so on this one, you would be able to kind of alter it your way, put the pictures in there according to what you would like that to do. But they have a lot of different lesson plans and resources that might be very beneficial to what you are trying to learn when it comes to the Manhattan Project. So here's an atomic bomb PowerPoint. Let's see if, here we go. Yes. So I'll include this as well. It looks like it's editable, if that's a word. And you could come in here and so on this, we can make it bigger. It goes through the two locations after the battle, talking about the Manhattan Project, using the bomb, Hiroshima. So I will include this as well. There's a lot of good information in here too. That you could use as a lesson plan. So thanks so much for being a part of the virtual field trips. Without you, there'd be no reason to have them. If you have a field trip idea, please send them my way. That would be all of my information is on this in and on this class. So just let me know and I'll make sure to put it on my agenda. So thanks again, you guys. Let me get our picture back up. Maybe. Well, it's not wanting to cooperate. Let's see here, virtual field trips. Um, I like to end it with our picture on there, or at least the picture I like to use for virtual field trips. So thanks so much for being a part of it. And I will see you in the next video.